I did. I already did tweet. I think that the stream can hear me right now, but not you guys, so hang on. There we go. And we're live. Okay. So, first things first, we are down 3 out of 7 players tonight. So we have a normal sized party for the first time ever in this campaign. I can't hear you, Emmy, if you are talking. But that may help with certain things, especially since I believe the party is considering their next move. So you guys can take the reins, as it were, and everybody else is going to have to deal. So that's how it works.
We're not going to have Krim on team kill everybody this time.
I think we'll be all right. So we do need to figure out what we want to do. We have a plan on the table.
Hang on. Let's just set the scene here for a minute. Just a quick recap.
Go for it.
And Paul did update. Am I cutting out occasionally? No? Good.
No, I haven't heard it.
Not so far.
Okay. I hope it's okay on the stream too. But yes, I'm not using the voice mod thing tonight. So hopefully that fixes all the issues. Okay. So the last time you guys survived a potential total party kill, a TPK, with the Scarred Earth cult. It was a close thing, but you came out alive. Using powerful magic, some luck, and lots of tactical thinking. You managed to get away, not only with your lives, but 2 prisoners. One that lies tied up at the edge of your camp, and one in the magical gem, the lesser of the 2 magical gems that your patron, Stray, sent you out with. The rest of the evening was spent making sure you guys were safe as you camped on the slopes of the Forbidden Heights. And had a close call with that as well. And as you sleep through the night, it gets quite cold. And at some point, Equitas and I think Cordy, somebody else, put out the fire.
Oh yeah, that was Bref and I.
Oh, okay. Bref and Akiri put out the fire. So it did get quite cold up here in the Forbidden Heights. But you came through the night, and I think only Bella caught a chill.
I think so.
So, due to a bit of luck and some quick thinking, there were no further incidents in the night. There was lightning crackling over the area where the volcanic activity has been occurring. But when the next day dawned, distance. The thick column of smoke is all but invisible as a light rain has begun to fall. A cold rain. And with that, take it away.
So we have an idea of something to do, but we're also open to any suggestions.
Can we start the fire again? It's really cold this morning.
You want some suggestions? I think you should charge into the Scarred Earth cult.
Oh. Was it? I was sort of talking to yeah. So yeah, yeah, we could. I guess we can light the fire. What do we think? It's the middle. It's the morning anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, during the day I don't really care.
So the first thing you do is light the fire. Were there any other actions taken? I seem to remember somebody saying they wanted to identify something, perhaps examine some things.
Get on that?
So I wanted to spend some time looking at any magic items that people have picked up, specifically like the things that we got from Akiri's buddies. I don't have any on my character sheet, but if other people do and they want to have something identified so we can have enough time to attune to it and stuff before we go charging in, then that would be I'd like to spend time on that.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing?
Well, I've got the only thing I have of that I need identified is that rod, and and I'll hand it to Bella. You can do whatever you need to do to figure out what it is, and then we'll go from there.
Bella, when your fingers touch the strange twisted rod with the mouth on one end, it tingles on your skin slightly. And not a pleasant feeling. There's a cold, oily sensation that creeps up over your fingers.
Oh boy. I don't like that. Do I have to make a save or anything?
No. So you're going to take an hour this morning and closely look over the devouring rod. Is that right?
Yes.
I don't know where the other stuff is, by the way. I'm not sure what happened to the rest of it.
I guess who grabbed what now? I know there was the fire whip. I have this mirror, which may or may not be magical.
I'm pretty sure that mirror came from the underground temple. I seem to remember that.
Yeah.
But if someone remembers different, but I pretty vividly remember picking that up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I've got the rod and the mirror. And I'm sorry, what was the other thing?
Now, are you casting a spell, or are you just
No.
taking an hour to examine each item?
Just taking an hour to examine.
Okay.
I mean, I've got the list of everything. If we know where it is, I mean, I'm looking at the list.
Okay.
I'm guessing
Okay.
most
I can do
people,
that.
even if they're not here, would agree to have the items identified.
I would think so.
Anyone would-
It's only to everybody's benefit because then they know how to use them. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So you're looking closely at this rod.
Yeah.
The stick of metal, as you turn it over in your fingers, seems to shift under your gaze and that cold shiver creeps up through your veins. Dark apparitions begin to creep in at the edges of your sight. Faces, shadows of humanoid figures. And you know that were this item to be allowed to do so, it would devour the bodies of intelligent beings slain by its power. Thus, it is the source of that power. And it has a very strong effect indeed.
So
It essentially can hold warlock spells like a battery to be cast later. So it can hold one spell that is cast into it by a warlock attuned to it, and that can be activated as if casting the spell later. And if 666 bodies are devoured, that capacity for spell slots, for spells, increases permanently to 3.
Guys,
Alrighty.
we gotta go on a murder spree. I know I said no more murders, but we gotta do it.
Well, we can think it over. But I'll communicate this information to Equitas and just kind of, yeah.
Hey,
There you
Equitas, roll 3d6.
3d6, okay. Two, 6, 4 for 12.
There are markings on this iron rod of spell storing, this devouring rod, that indicates it has consumed 264 bodies so far.
Well, hey, that's 264 murders you don't have to do.
There you go. And so right now it will hold 2, if I'm understanding correctly.
No, 1.
1, but at 666 it increases to 3.
Correct.
Word. Okay. Well, this will be something.
It'll be useful even if we don't do all those murders.
That's right. I agree.
I
Free
kinda
garbage
don't,
cleanup.
I don't want to do all those murders.
Right. I mean, I could even like use it to cast invisibility into it, just something really useful.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a leftover spell slot at the end of the day, put something useful into it, and then you have an extra casting of it.
Right. Okay. This is awesome. This will be fun to play with.
Now, did bodies specifically have to be killed by a spell that's cast out of the rod, or is it just by the person who's attuned?
Much like the shadow accepts souls that have been marked by Equitas dealing damage to the body that houses them, the rod works the same way.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. So that, yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah. But also, now we know.
Yeah. Man.
With the tied up cultist, I mean, I imagine he's nearby anyway because our camp isn't that big.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to, in a louder than usual voice, say, "So what you're saying is, we need people's bodies to feed into this magical rod.
Yep.
So anyone we kill, their bodies they're gonna be consumed by this item we have."
Yeah. And I imagine it's a pretty painful process.
And it makes
Even
that
if
thing
you're dead.
stronger, right? Or it makes you stronger? Isn't that right?
Eventually.
How many points of intimidation is that worth?
He has been shivering this whole time, and his face is blue.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him. I meant to ask, did we get a full night's rest?
Yes. So
Okay.
you have regained your health and one expended hit die. Only one. As well as your spell slots. And items with charges regained one charge.
Cool. How long does it take to attune to something?
An hour.
An hour. Alright, so I have this other stuff, Bella, if you want to identify it. And I can drop it, I can tell it to you, or I can, however you want me to tell you what I have.
All right, let me just pull up some notes.
I mean, I can copy and paste, or however you want me to do it.
Yeah, copy paste is fine.
Alright. We know what that is. Okay. Put it in roll 20.
Alrighty.
So, Equitas, you begin studying the rod and
Yes.
attuning to it.
Yes, I'm going to do that.
As long as you are attuned to it and holding it in your hand, the faces of the people who have been consumed, who have been devoured by the rod, haunt the edges of your peripheral vision.
Tight.
A constant, unnerving presence.
Guys, I do not like this rod at all. I'm gonna put it in, not hold it. I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it in my pack.
Okay. You definitely feel, rather than actually hear, the presence of the shadow's approval.
Nice.
So while he is attuning to that, is there more identifying going on?
Yes. I would like to identify. Let's see, have we done the buckler with the Carsley coat of arms?
Did our rogue friend abscond with that when she left?
Apparently not.
Okay.
Apparently, I thought that had happened, but apparently she didn't actually take it. At least that's what I recall him saying in Discord.
Then no, we have not.
All right, I'll work on that one.
Okay.
While these two friends are doing magical things, I'm going to pick up the cultist and pull him closer to the fire and try and start warming him up. Looks
His
like you had a
eyes-
cold night out there.
He's gagged. Otherwise his teeth would be chattering. And he shivers as he tries to blink open his eyes at you.
Why don't we get you warmed up a bit? In a few minutes, we'll take that gag out and have a little chat.
Steam begins rising from the man as his robes are soaked through.
Because he
With
peed
water, I
himself
hope.
so much.
Because there's a light rain falling. The buckler is a burglar's buckler. It provides the bearer, should they attune to it, with a +2 to dexterity acrobatics checks.
That is sweet.
Nice. All right. And then I guess I'll do the leather whip.
Oh, the whip. Alright. By this point, it's about 11 o'clock, so it's the last hour of the morning. This whip has a kind of fire design in red leather over the handle. Quite beautifully done. And as you examine it, understanding enters your mind. This is a wildfire whip. And you can hold it forth and flourish it when you cast a spell that deals fire damage. Or whenever you deal fire damage. And it will increase that fire damage by 1d10. In addition, if you use it as a weapon, it deals its own fire damage in addition to the normal whip effects. So if you grapple someone with the whip, it causes them to take 1d10 damage each round, 1d10 fire damage each round automatically.
Ouch.
Oh, that is nice.
I think Krim should have that.
And then let's see. We already kind of did the helmet. Protects the wearer from being found and makes them seem to slow down.
That's what you were told.
Okay, so I can still do an identify to get more specifics.
If you wish.
Yeah, that seems to slow down. Is weird.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Well,
a critic.
I can keep going through this while you guys interrogate, unless you want me there.
Has it been an hour?
It has.
Okay.
It is now close to, it's about 11 o'clock in the morning now.
Okay. So I am attuned. So, Bref Akiri, I got an idea of what to do to this guy to try to get some information. I'd like to do it to the one that we have in the crystal, but I don't know what's going to happen when we
crystal.
get him out of the crystal.
We won't be able to use it again.
Well, I understand that. We might or might not need to after this. I mean, once we get information out of them, do we? What are we going to do with them?
As morbid as this sounds, your rod needs bodies, right?
I mean, whether the rod comes into play or not, I don't see keeping them around.
I don't either.
All right. So, my idea is, if we can get that one out of the crystal, and have him still be unconscious when we get him out of the crystal, tie him up while he's unconscious. I can cast darkness in a 50-foot radius around him. I can see in that darkness now. Y'all won't be able to see. But I can wake him up from his unconsciousness and really scare him. Tell him, work on what we set up during the fight last night or yesterday. Tell him I'm the shadow. Make him think maybe he's dead, and that and that he's fucked up, and that he's gonna be, unless he helps and answers questions about where Shadir is, where I guess that's what we want to know, correct?
Yeah.
Then it's gonna start to get really bad for him. And I don't know. Hopefully I won't have to prove how bad it might get, but if I do, I do. And hopefully that will scare him into telling us what we want to know.
Okay.
Okay. So, it's all going to hinge on getting him out of this crystal. Anybody have any ideas on how to do that?
Someone could
I
try
guess
focusing on it, I guess.
we've never done that part of it before, huh?
Are you also having this conversation by the fire?
I'm making sure to tell this to Akira Breath where the other prisoner is not able to hear.
Okay, so you guys walk away from that while he's warming up.
Right. Do you have that crystal with you, Breath?
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay, get a rope out also. And hand me the crystal. And
I would need to borrow someone else's rope.
oh, okay. You know what? I don't think I have any rope. I do not. Akiri, do you have any rope?
No, I don't.
Somebody has
Nor
some
do
rope.
I.
Okay.
I feel like one of us definitely has rope. Maybe Grim.
I did, and then it's I gesture at the person
Oh,
on
yeah.
the ground.
You tied up. Yeah. Surely Krim or Cordy.
Krim has rope.
Okay. I'm sure Krim would let us borrow her rope. She would probably be way into this idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Breath, you have the rope ready to tie this guy up in case everything goes wrong when he pops out. Kira, you get ready to help. And if he's unconscious, then cool, we'll just tie him up while he's unconscious. So, I'm gonna hold the crystal and sort of, I don't even know. Just sort of, concentrate on that guy being out and unconscious.
As you do so, a kind of a smoke begins to emerge from the banded agate. And in seconds, as it flows out and coagulates, the man is there, with the scar upon his forehead. He has a big bloody wound on his forehead that is in the shape of a hammer.
Nice.
And his unconscious body lies there.
Oh, sweet. Okay, time up, Breath.
I bind him as well as I can.
Akiri's gonna cast Spare Undead on him just to make sure he doesn't die while in the middle of
You
all
mean
this.
spare the dying?
That works too. Yeah.
Okay.
Did I seriously say Spare the Undead? 'Cause
You did. I feel like Akiri has taken a turn.
I'm sorry, I'm sick, so like the real
I
me
know,
is
I'm
coming
sorry.
out.
I hope you feel better.
Okay, so now...
Glad you made it.
Yes, thank you. Hope you get better. Alright, so now you two need to get 60 feet away. And if you hear me say the word, I don't know, what's a good word? I think I can just drop the darkness if something goes wrong, and then we can all just take care of it.
Yeah, because we couldn't really help if you were in the middle of darkness anyway.
Right.
We would probably just end up hurting you, and that would be bad. So, yeah, let's just drop the darkness.
Yeah. Okay. I'm also going to how long does this last? Up to a minute. Okay, I'm not going to do that yet. All right. I'm going to walk up to the guy. Does anybody have anything that can help me out here?
I have enhance ability.
That would be awesome.
I have a hammer.
I appreciate it. That might come in handy.
And hammer ability, I guess.
Could heal him. But no, do I have to see him?
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't cast it yet.
Yeah, I have to be able to see him, so I wouldn't be able to heal him at distance while you were inside the dark.
Do you have Cure Wounds on you?
Nope.
Well,
It's
I
all right.
do.
I mean, if you want to be inside the darkness too, you could just have your hand on him when Acritus casts it, and then channel energy
Yeah.
into him.
That's true. You could just be quiet. That's true.
Yeah, she'll probably be like standing behind you, holding onto your cloak or something.
Okay. That's cool. Okay.
That way, she can be like definitely in the inside of where Zone of Truth needs to be put up.
Right. And I'm assuming you're going to need. I'm going to need that charisma enhanced.
Yeah, I was planning on charisma.
Yeah. Okay. So, Breath, you might want to step back about 60 feet.
I was thinking we could take him 60 feet away from the fire.
That's
because,
even better.
I like
The
that.
shadow and cold and chill and,
That's
I agree.
true.
I totally agree. All right, so let's do that. We're going to walk about 60 feet away from the camp.
Are you going up the slope of the mountain or down?
We're going to go probably, I would say lateral.
That would take you into some pretty difficult to traverse areas.
Then let's go
Down.
down. That's what. Yeah.
Or we could go laterally.
We were just saying that would be too difficult.
Okay.
Okay. So you go down the mountain a ways, which takes you on the southern slopes of the Forbidden Heights. That leaves Bella, Cordy, Krim, and Mavra all up near the fire with the shivering, tied-up cultist.
I'm thinking if one of them wants to come with us, that would probably be quite welcome.
I think Bella is busy identifying stuff, and we'll say that the other three are very focused on binding their wounds after the terrible battle.
Fair enough. Okay. So, Akira, you with me?
Yep.
Okay. So, gonna find a place. Gotta kind of clear out a place in the snow or whatever to kind of lay him down where he's tied up. And then kind of touch his forehead. And I am going to cast Darkness. And so now a magical darkness envelops us to the tune of 60 feet. Wait, a 15-foot radius, my bad. The range is 60 feet.
You went really far away for how small that
Still.
darkness is.
Still.
It was bigger in older editions.
Maybe it gets bigger as you do it at different levels. Maybe.
Yeah. So, a thick, oily, swirling cloud of pure dark envelops you three, as well as your prisoner.
Akira's gonna grab onto Equitas.
Cast the thing.
Aquitas has just learned in his waking hours to see through this magical shadow.
Okay, so I'm gonna get ready to do my thing. Did you cast your... Have you already cast?
No, I haven't done cure wounds. I was gonna wait on.
What about enhance
Zone of
ability?
Truth. Already did that. You're good.
You already did that. Okay.
Yep, and you have it for a while.
It says an hour, I think. No, it is concentration, but okay. All right. So
1 second, then let me make sure zone isn't concentration.
okay.
It isn't, surprisingly. Okay.
Nice. All right. So what's going to be the best way to wake this guy up? Your thing, right?
Yeah, I can give him a little bit of, yeah.
All right. So you could channel it through me, is that right?
No, I'm just gonna hold on to you because I can't see anything.
Okay, well, I'm going to lead your hand sort of to his face or shoulder or something.
Maybe like his foot or something.
Okay, his foot. Be very quiet.
I am. Alright, and then they cast Cure Wounds at first level. He gets 15 points of health.
Who's there? Equitas, you can see him struggling at the ropes.
Do not move. This is the Shadow, and I am very angry. You killed my son. Or you thought you did. But what you did was piss me off and make me angry. I am prepared to torture you for the next 10,000 years. Unless you tell me where my son can go to find the prisoners of the Scarred Earth clan, like Shadir.
Make an intimidation roll with advantage.
Heck yes.
Okay, and we're also going to add the enhance ability, which will be...
Is advantage.
Oh, that is the advantage. Okay, all right. I think that's going to do it then. 20.
And then natural 20.
Honored Shadow. Great one. Thank you. Thank you so much for saving me from that horrible cult. Master, I thank you, and of course I will serve you in any way that this poor mortal body can. I feel that I am bound, Lord. I assure you, though I request nothing, would be no reason to fear, for I am that I might run or anything else, for I am only too eager to serve your will.
I'm going to throw one of my daggers at his right hand. Or just somewhere at it. It doesn't matter. I'm not calling my shot or anything. I'm just gonna throw one of my daggers at him.
Okay, make an attack roll.
The question is, are you trying to hit him?
Yes, I am
That's
trying
an
to
attack.
hit him. Yeah. Well, I was trying to hit him anyway.
Okay. Bref and Akiri. I think everyone else is too far away, but Bref and Akiri, you hear chook, and then he lets out a scream. Ah! Sorry, I'll try not to wake the baby.
You ask nothing of the Shadow. You tell me what I want to know, and you tell me now, or you die in agony for 10,000 years.
Pain. Lord, I know not of this Shadir, but I will tell you anything you wish to know. A prisoner, you say?
Yes, where does the Scarred Earth cult keep their prisoners?
Lord, they were... Lord, they were the prisoners we took in some curled Aarakocra, and they were frilled, and we gave them as toys, as gifts, temporarily, to the Tao that inhabits the temple.
Where are they now?
With alayhi salatu wassalam, as far as I know.
And where would I find them?
unless they have been sent on to the scorching mountain, to be made hollow. They are in the temple, in the old Earth Temple. There was a old earthen teleportation circle in there that we came through and have sent prisoners back through. Some have gone through already. Some have been kept to serve the Tao. Alayhi salatu.
That's the temple here in this volcano that we're talking about?
Yes, Lord.
All right. The Shadow appreciates your forthrightness and your honesty. I'm going to... what am I going to do?
Lord, I thank you for... There can be no greater honor than to serve your will now.
I'm going to cast some Burning Hands at him. That's not as much as I wanted. He'll have to make a DC 15 Dex save, and he is tied down, I assume. So that might come into play.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to add the Seal of Fire and Shadow to that.
Okay. When you activate the seal, you hear a voice in your mind. Yes, my son. Yes. He lets out one final dying scream as his body is burned to a crisp. And the necrotic energy eats away at his bones.
I'm going to dispel the darkness.
Aquinas needs my help! And I start rushing down.
Hey, buddy. We're okay. We're okay, bro.
Gary's sitting on the ground shaking.
A smoking corpse is all that remains of Thraxos.
So, did he not help?
No, he helped. We know what we need to do. We need to go back up the mountain into the volcano. And he's either somewhere in there, or there is a teleportation circle that will take us to where he might be if he's not. I want to go off somewhere that's not near here and just not do anything for a minute.
The smell of burned flesh refuses to leave your nostrils. Equitas, I need you to do something for me. Could you please open your character sheet, go to your alignment, and put a dot after it?
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Akiri's just gonna sit there shaking until someone comes and gets her, probably.
People are definitely looking over at the scorched corpse, which is still smoking.
How's the other cultist reacting?
If he is positioned in such a way that he can see, he is certainly reacting. His eyes are wide, and every time, Bella, you notice that every time a scream came from within the cloud of darkness, the man gave a little choked scream of his own behind the gag.
Right. I suppose we don't want to ungag him yet. So I'll just wait for everyone to come back.
I'm going to kneel down in front of the cultist and take his head in my hands, turn his face towards mine. You know, when I was growing up, I would have done anything for my crew, because I knew they would have done anything for me. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to be honest with me. I value honesty a great deal. Would you say you're real close to this group of yours? That you do anything for them? Or do you think maybe, given the opportunity, you might try and find a new path in life?
Are you talking to the smoking corpse or the tied up
to
guy?
The one that's tied up.
Did you take off the gag?
After I asked the question, I removed the gag.
He's looking up into your face. There are tears coming out of his eyes. Water.
That doesn't answer my question. Oh, you're okay. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. And I offer him a sip of water.
I don't want to die. That man was a fanatic. Devoted to the Hollow and the Whisperer and the Desecrated and all the rest of them. I want to go home.
I hear what you're saying. And I want to believe you. But I want you to do something for me. You say this man was dedicated to the Hollow. I told you I was dedicated to my crew. If we let you go, I want you to be dedicated to something too. I want you to be dedicated to helping the people around you. What you were part of last night, it hurt a lot of people. It hurt us. It hurt people we care about. It hurt your friends. There's too much of that. I want you to go find somewhere and dedicate yourself to helping people. Can you do that for me?
I will try. if I go, they'll hunt me down.
Go somewhere they're not.
Yes, of course.
How would they find you?
You look up from identifying.
Yeah.
I don't know. Magic? Maybe.
And let me let you in on a little secret. When you start helping people, they're going to start taking care of you too. You find yourself a community, you take care of them. Even if these Earth bastards come back, they'll have your back. I think you'll be okay.
Yes, of course. Strike the stone be with you. I do not. I just. The Forgotten like to stay that way. And they seem to be able to find people. Like they found her kind. The bird.
Do you know what they did with the bird?
Take prisoners. Turn them over to Gevok the Hollow. And he turns them into Forgotten. Now that he's taken them over. That's all I know. If I knew more, I would tell you. Well, what else do you want to know?
Have you seen Gebok the Hollow?
Never. He never shows his face.
Well, are you hungry?
Yes.
All right, I'll pull out my rations and start warming them up for him.
Okay. By this point, it is around noon. The tied-up man asks for some more water and food, but very hesitantly.
I think... I don't know, Bella, can you think of anything else that we should ask?
How many more people were there inside the temple? I assume that people we saw last night wasn't your entire cult. All we want to do is get the prisoners out safely if possible.
We only brought them, put them in the temple. After that, I don't know.
I see.
We chanted the rituals. We summoned the spirit of earth, the Tao.
Yes.
The djinn that guards the temple.
Oh. So he would be down there?
Yes. A female.
She. Okay.
And we had to find more treasure to give her for and honor her. And she gave us gifts. Well, she gave the lieutenants gifts.
Was it those elementals they kept summoning?
Yes, those. And stones that they could use to call upon the strength of stone and earthen powers.
Right, like those ones that they kept breaking to make the walls pop up.
Yes, that was a gift of the Tao.
All right. Well, thank you for helping us.
Yes, I can be very useful. Very useful. I know lots of other things, I just don't know what you want to know.
It's okay. I know that you've been in a tough situation, but you don't have to prove to us that you're worth helping.
What's your name, friend?
Hang on.
One second, while Max picks the fifth.
I'm Raoul. Raoul Blanc. I'm from Hanswell. Originally.
Yeah.
Do you have family back there? Friends?
Maybe. I haven't been back in years.
Might be a good place to start.
Yes, of course. I'll go and help them?
That's the spirit. Say, are there any traps, any kind of weird safety measures in the temple we should be aware of?
Yes, there are. Yes. I don't know all of them. They were talking about guarding something that one of the bird people had found, and guarding that. But yes, there are guardians. Guardians set by the Earth Djinn. She had several names, but we called her Tamil the Fearless. But there's a hot boulder set there by the ancients, whoever built the temple before, the old Scarred Earth cult, or maybe the Forgotten, back when they served their Dark Master. It kind of rolls out and can crush you. But I don't know how to bypass it or anything.
Well, it's good to know to look out for it anyway. Thank you.
There are runes metal rune plates that have codes on them.
Do you know the code?
I don't. Only the lieutenants knew them.
Probably the guy I just killed.
I think that we might have access to some of those codes.
Some were known only by the high priests or the spirit of Earth themselves.
Oh, can you think of anything else, Bella?
Not really. How did you get involved with the cult?
They recruited me. There were some...
Whereabouts?
In Answell. There were some dwarfs. They had treasure, and they said they knew a way that I could be safe and be part of something bigger and great and secret.
What did you want to be safe from?
The coming destruction. One of the coming dooms.
Let's talk about that for a minute. What's the coming destruction?
The rains. The cleansing rains that come and destroy everything and wipe out those who have become corrupt.
I see. And then
The
what
gods,
after that?
The gods, they send the rains and they purify civilizations that have become too something. But we could hide, they said, in the hollows beneath the earth and be safe from the rains. And all would be purified. And we would have the strength of stone. Please, I don't know anything else.
No, it's okay. You don't, like I said, you don't have to be afraid of us. We're just trying to understand.
I don't? He looks over in the direction of the smoking corpse of Thraxos.
That guy, he really was kind of a lot worse than you. Because he had like the big rock guy and was slamming people, so...
Right.
Kind of had it coming a little more than you.
Well... Ankh Graken Menzaker.
What?
From dust to dust, in the language of the earth, Jinn, don't hit me.
No. Please, not going to. Are you still hungry? Do you want more?
I'm good, thanks.
I'm gonna go ahead and untie him.
Yeah.
The ropes have left marks on his skin. Lots of bits of him have turned purple, and he just starts pained, kind of wincing as he massages his fingers and warms himself by the fire. And he kind of looks around, kind of hunched over in his brown cult robes.
You seem to talk like there were several dooms that you were trying to escape. Were they all just different reigns, or were there other types of dooms that they talked about?
There were at least 2 more.
Can you tell me a little bit about them?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
I think there was one that had to do with a monster.
Okay.
And maybe one that killed a god?
Well, that sounds pretty serious.
I don't know anything more than that.
That's okay.
We didn't talk so much about the apocalypses. Except for the cleansing rains. But that was a good one, because it purifies the evil and the corrupt and the... Well, anyway.
Right. So you guys were kind of on the side of the cleansing rains. You just didn't want it to affect you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
All right. That makes sense. Yeah, who doesn't want to have evil purified?
So, were the other Frilled, were they to cause the rains, or why were you collecting them?
The Frilled? I don't know. Some kind of ally wanted us to do that. So we did.
Do you know which ally?
No.
All right.
Well, bye then.
He looks like afraid, like you're gonna kill him. Bye?
You could hang out here, but it's kind of wet. You might want to try and find a town or something.
Oh. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll give him
Thank
I'll
you.
give him the rest of my rations.
Who are you?
You mean like that one ration, right? Not like all your rations? That'd be a lot of rations.
Yeah, but he's going to be traveling for days.
So are you.
But Krim and Cordy can do the thing where they find food. So we have a lot of food.
No,
And Akira
you're
can
right.
too. So much.
You're right. You're right.
So I'm going to give him 6 days worth of rations, which is what I have left. And I'm going to tell him which direction he can travel and about how far it is to Arkany.
Or he could go one day to the northwest. Sorry, northeast, and hit the I forgot to pull my notes up.
Oh, that's probably better. Let's see, where are we?
Fortress Carsley.
All right, I'll tell him that too. Say, I don't know which one you prefer, but the fortress will be closer.
Yes, I'll go there. I'll go there. Thank you. You are very generous. Who are you people?
We don't even know.
We're a bunch of pals.
Yeah, we're just buddies trying to stop the world from being destroyed.
Well, thank you,
And
bunch of
capture
pals.
monsters.
Yeah, if you know of any cool monsters, let us know where to find them. That's our secondary goal.
Get the gin.
Cool monsters?
Yeah, you know.
I wouldn't know, but thank you, bunch of pal. You are truly generous in victory. And he takes the rations, he kind of lifts, like, you know, part of the hem of his shirt, part of his robe, and kind of loads them up, and very gingerly, pained, starts tottering off in the general northeasterly direction.
Yeah, I'll give him a healing word.
Oh, that's better. Thanks. He's still shivering. He also caught a chill. Thank you. If you're ever in Onswell,
We'll look you up.
probably ask around for Raoul Blanc.
Will do. No more cults while we're gone, young man.
Have a good trip.
Thank you. Strength of stone be with you all. And he starts tottering off. Whew. A lot of information.
Well, I feel terrible about almost everything that's happened here today. I'll go back to identifying that stone helmet.
Okay. At this point, it is past lunchtime. It's about 1 in the afternoon. Akiri is kind of rocking on the ground and shaking, if that is correct.
I think after
Yeah.
the cultist left, I would have come over and said, "Hey, do you want to come back by the fire? It's kind of chilly over here."
He was gonna shake herself a little bit. Yeah, thanks. And she'll stand up and walk back to the fire.
Okay.
And then go snuggle next to Krim.
Krim is probably playing with the fire whip.
Then she'll go sit next to Bella or something. Someone who's doing something quiet.
Bella
Someone's not playing with a whip.
Basically.
and Equitas, you are off by yourself, kind of just dealing.
Correct.
Okay. You feel all your hairs standing on end, Equitas. This cold sense of approval and righteous logic. The man with no screen name says, when you survive a firefight in a magma-filled caldera and everyone else is like, volcano way that happened. Nice pun. Okay. The helmet. The stone helm that you turn over and over in your hands. If you take the full time to identify, I guess by this point you have. You get more information about it, and you find inscribed on the inner kind of, forehead area of the stone helm. It's quite heavy, by the way. You find this inscription. That reads, "The Stone Helm of Yulna en Agar."
Okay. Could you spell that name in the chat?
Certainly. Are there any other names you guys are waiting to hear spelled or read spelled? Come back at me later with that. The stone helm of Yulna and Agar, when worn and attuned to, it means that the wearer cannot be targeted by divination magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors.
Holy shit.
However, there is also a downside. The weight of it slows you with an earthen sturdiness. You cannot take reactions while wearing this helm.
Ouch.
All right. Well, put that one in the back seat for either Mavra or Bref, probably.
Yeah, maybe.
I would
don't
say
know.
we use our reactions quite often. People trying to
Yeah.
run away from us.
Well, we'll
We'll think
see
on
it.
it.
Yeah. I mean, someone's gonna. Maybe a Curie. I don't know how many times you use a reaction.
It's true. Might also be good bartering fuel for later.
I'm not there, but it might be something good just to have in case we run up to something really divine.
I don't think that's what they mean by divination, but okay.
Yeah, but I mean, sure.
So, it is about 1 in the afternoon at this point. Do you want to... you guys eat lunch? Do you guys want to move camp, stay here, continue identifying more items? Do anything else?
I
What do
would
I do?
eventually just kind of wander back to the camp and just sort of
Okay.
quietly sit there.
Okay. Equitas returns to camp.
All right. Well, what do we want to do?
I mean, we should probably finish identifying these things because we've had them for a while. There's only like 2 more.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll just take me a couple more hours. If we aren't attacking the temple today, I don't think that we should sleep here again. I think we should move, just in case they're able to track Thraxos, anything that was on his, just in case they're able to find where we are.
Oh, that sounds good. We should definitely find somewhere different to sleep. We may not want to go too far, but we don't want to stay in one place.
Exactly.
Does anyone know, just a quick thought, does anyone know if Cordy has gentle repose on her?
I have no idea.
I can find out if you need to know.
So I was gonna say that might be a good idea for the guy we just killed.
I mean, I would assume not to be completely disgusting, but it is freezing out here. That makes bodies decay much, much slower.
Yeah, but that means it can't be raised as a undead or anything nasty like that.
Oh, that's a good point.
What level spell is it?
2.
Oh, there it is. Yep, she has it. I don't know if she has it prepared, because she doesn't have her prepared spells marked.
What will Gentle Repose do?
Prevent them from being raised as undead.
Ah. It's not a bad idea. Well, if we're gonna move, let's go.
Are you going to identify more items first, or moving
Yeah,
now?
let's wait till after we identify the items and then move.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we had more. Okay.
I've just got 2 more. It'll be 2 more hours.
Okay. Don't forget you have 2 doses remaining of the Elixir of Priest's Safety, Akiri. If you want to drink one and set it again.
I forgot about that.
While we're sitting here, I'm going to cast Burning Hands. I only have this is my last spell slot for the day, but oh well, there it is. Into the rod.
Roger that.
And yes, Akiri would like to use the elixir and think of home this time again.
Same spot, middle of the main dining table.
No, she's gonna. Yes, actually.
Okay.
It's one way to get attention.
Equitas, when you cast the spell into it, faces appear at the edges of your vision. Accepting, devouring the power to be expelled later. Some of them look hungrily toward the burned corpse of the Scarred Earth Lieutenant.
That'd be one way of making sure it doesn't get raised.
I guess that's true.
What's next on the identification, Bella?
The imp skull that protects the bearer from falling.
All right. Turning it over your hands, you determine that this is a rune-carved imp skull of the fall. If worn about your person, like threading something through the eye sockets and wearing it as an amulet, it allows the wearer to cast Featherfall once per day.
Oh, that's pretty great. I don't know who that would be most useful for.
Does it require attunement?
That's a good question. Actually, no.
Neato burrito.
Okay. And you're going to identify one more time?
So my last one is the Wildwood Dagger.
The decorative Wildwood Dagger is a wooden dagger carved somewhat with like in the shape of a tongue, kind of. And it actually has a hole bored through the pommel. And you realize that this can be worn as an amulet. It's really a pendant, not an actual dagger. And when it is worn in such a way, you can speak your race's native language, and that language only, while wild-shaped as a druid.
Think we know who that's going towards.
Yeah, I think so. If if we're all ready to hear a mushroom speaking Elvish.
So it allows them to speak.
Their racial language only.
Okay, so Cordy could speak Elvish while wild shape.
Yes.
And that does require attunement. Of all the items you have received, I think only the lantern and the skull do not require attunement.
All right. Well, I mean, yeah, I've identified everything. I guess I haven't formally identified the lantern, but I think we have a pretty good idea of what.
Do you want to also look at the mirror?
Oh, yes, the mirror. Yes, right. I forgot about that. We can
And
do
or
that.
any other old items?
I don't have any on my sheet that I haven't identified. So if nobody present has any, then I'll just do everybody else's later.
Okay.
So yes, the mirror, please.
When you start examining the mirror, which, by the way, has a card.
Does
If
Bref have?
Bref wants to play that to the table.
I don't think I had that card. I had the scepter. I had
Bella,
my
it's in
hammer.
your inventory. It's in your hand.
Well, I don't know how that happened because it's, or I guess I gave it to someone and I forgot to take it out of my hand.
Maybe I handed it over like, oh, you can identify this, and then it just got lost.
Alrighty, there's that.
The Lorebard examines this hand mirror, and it springs to life.
What the fuck?
A scene plays out in the mirror. A vast stone construction of tiered seats full of a roaring crowd. And down in a sandy arena, gladiators are battling, blood spurting out upon the sand as they strike at one another with nets and swords and stabbing each other with pronged implements. And there is, where there used to be a number on the mirror, it now reads fight.
Okay.
Is it a Switch? It's a Nintendo Switch, isn't it? It's a game system.
So you're all watching as Bella is like holding this mirror that's shining upon her face.
Can we see the
Yeah,
fast thing?
yeah, you're seeing this gigantic coliseum.
Wow.
Bella, what'd you do?
I don't know. I guess I grabbed it the right way. All right. What is this weird thing gonna do for us?
It is the Arena Master's hand mirror. It clearly shows a gladiator fight and counts down to them at a particular coliseum somewhere in the Wildlands. You're watching the game.
Oh, this is happening right now.
Yep. The countdown was the countdown to what used to be a number was a countdown to the next fight.
That's crazy. We have a TV now, you guys.
With one channel.
That only comes on every few days.
And it's the fights.
Hey, no complaining, you guys.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Cousin's hand mirror gets Cartoon Network.
All right, so who wants to carry the mirror with the fighting?
I got it.
That seems like something that we could probably sell to a sports enthusiast.
We're keeping watch.
Or return to the Arena Master. Maybe he misses it.
What time is it?
It is now mid-afternoon. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon.
I would like to suggest if we're going to find somewhere else to camp, we should probably do it before it gets dark.
Sounds good.
Let's head a little more south down the mountain.
Huh?
Does that sound right to everybody?
How far?
Yes.
How long do you want to travel?
Until it just starts to get dark.
Okay. So you're going to walk for a good couple of hours then.
Do we think that's too far?
And
Honestly,
I should still
no.
say nearby. Just somewhere else on or near the mountain.
Yeah.
So that they clearly were looking for us, and so that they don't.
I mean, even if
They
they
might
are
have-
looking for us, if they wanted to do something, they would have done it. So even if they know exactly where we are, there's nothing we can do about that right now.
I mean, they're probably licking their wounds too. I just think that whenever they get their act together, it's better for them not to be able to find us. But
Yeah.
we'll just tonight, and we'll set up the lantern with the alarm. Maybe just have a blanket nearby to throw over it so we don't have to deactivate.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's just go maybe half an hour, 45 minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is at least far enough that you can see some of the marshy flats laid out before you and the forest to the southeast. There are, in the far distance, some signs of life. Areas of the marsh where there are cook fires, smoke trails. That's due south of you.
Would Gary have any idea what that might be?
Not necessarily. Make a history check.
Ignore that. That was the very wrong one.
Okay.
Still a 9.
You know there's... You know that these marshes are inhabited, but you had ears only for rollicking tales of the great swordwings and not so much for local geography.
Okie doke.
The risk-averse Aarakocra clan mostly did not want, just said, stay out of the marshes, there's things there.
Okay.
You know that they have a name, but you don't know what that name is.
Okie doke.
You can't remember.
You know, guys, I feel like these marshes have a name, but I can't for the life of me remember what they are.
Can we name them?
I mean, we could.
Go ahead, buddy.
I
We
want to
can
name
even
him
name
Doug.
ourselves. Yeah, okay, Doug's good.
Yeah, that's memorable. The Doug Marsh.
I used to know a guy named Doug Marsh.
Maybe he lives here.
Meanwhile, to the southeast is the continuation of the Whispering Woods that Akiri is familiar with.
What time of the day is it now-ish?
Late afternoon.
Late afternoon. Okay.
The sun is starting to get low.
Yeah, I'm still just kind of by myself. I'm being real quiet.
Okay.
All right, well, I guess we'll set up and get ready to start prepping for attacking the temple.
Okay. So you break camp, remake camp only 45 minutes to an hour travel later. And once that's, all the things that you have to do to stay alive, making food, cleaning up your gear, binding your wounds, once all that's done, it is tending toward evening again. You guys are laden with a bunch of identified magic items. Would you like to do watches or do anything else before bed?
Definitely watches.
Absolutely.
Definitely watches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can watch.
You can, of course, have the people who aren't here do watches as well.
Yeah.
So who do you want on first watch as the sun sinks below the horizon? You guys eat a quiet meal.
I can take first watch. I didn't take any watches last night.
I'll take watch also. I'm not ready to go to bed.
So you're both on first watch?
Yeah, I guess so. I light the lantern, but like I said, I keep like just a piece of something like ready to throw over the lantern. It doesn't even have to be anything big, like an extra shirt.
So you're going to light the lantern but cover it?
I'm not going to cover it now. I'm ready to cover it so that if we want to extinguish the light, we don't have to fully extinguish the lantern.
Got it.
Yeah, after all the methods from last night.
Got it. Well, Do you guys, is there any talking that you want to do? Or anything you want to do during this watch?
Not on my part.
No.
Aquitas and Bella watch in silence as Bref, Akiri, and the other 3 people who aren't here tonight go to sleep. Only too eager to have another evening healing up and regaining some resources and energy. As the crickets start up, the rain has now ceased. I'm going to ask both of you on watch to make perception rolls, please.
Oof. Not great.
Oof.
Would all 4 of you please roll a D100?
You want all of us to roll it?
I said all 4 of you?
It's so weird there's only 4 of us.
It's the normal size of a party. I'm losing my mind here. Okay. Bear with me. Stand by for just a minute.
This is fine. Everything is fine.
Well, guys, it was nice knowing everybody.
We avoided a TPK last week, but not this week.
What numbers did you each get? Bella got a 54. Akiri got a 12.
And then a 68 from Equitas and a 42 from Breath.
Okay. Aquitas and Bella. You... Bella, you are distracted by something. What is Bella distracted by?
Probably just still kind of bothered by the events of the day.
She's just lost in her own thoughts. Trying to figure out how she feels. Meanwhile, Aquitas is also lost in thought, but at least keeping a nominal watch. And Aquitas, You are going to hear and see something odd higher up on the mountain. Kind of getting closer to you guys. A bunch of different colors, like colored dots swirling around.
I'm gonna throw the blanket thing over the lantern.
Okay. Well, it continues getting closer. And
I'm gonna get Bella's attention and kind of point at it.
All right, so like swirling colored dots, like colorful lights, kind of?
yeah, like various colors of lights. And as you're watching, things around the camp, a log in the among the embers, the jacket over the lantern, the opening of Akiri's tent start to move. And not really with the wind, but like float. Bella, you feel someone pinch your bottom. And Equitus is on the other side of the camp. There's a sound. Like... overhead. And as all of these things are happening, we're going to go on break. So we're going to take a 5 minutes break. We'll be right back, folks. Just going to hit the head, etc. And we'll be right back to find out what's going on with this craziness. And we're back. Okay. So, as of this moment, some crazy stuff is happening. These colored lights are swirling closer and closer. This weird sound breaks out overhead. And then, like, a bunch of rocks, twigs, the opening of tents all start lifting up in the air. And Bella felt a pinch on the bottom.
Yeah, it's been very upsetting.
Something's going on, Bella. Do we need to wake everybody up?
Yep, right away.
Everybody, wake up.
What? What's
Something's
going on?
Somebody's here, something's here. We don't know. There's colored lights.
Oh, that's cool.
And I believe that they are, like, sexually harassing people.
That's not cool. That's very inappropriate, and I don't like it.
Aquitas, you feel a gentle caress.
Where?
Oh, okay. Yeah, see? I
On
don't
the
like that.
lower back.
Oh. Okay, what's going on? Around.
You spin around, and there's nothing there.
Something's happening. What is this?
Cordy, Mavra, and Krim are all out and carrying their various weapons or, magical fire coming out. They are at the ready.
Kiri's gonna poke her head out. What's going on?
When you poke your head out, when somebody tells you there's a spot on your shirt and then flicks your nose? Somebody does that to your beak.
He goes right back inside the tent. Just like, nope.
You turn around and head back inside the tent, and then Akiri's underwear starts floating up out of her pile of travel laundry.
Okay.
Hey, no, that's mine. She grabs that.
So
It starts dancing in the air, and you grab
over where the travel laundry is, I'm going to cast Fairy Fire.
Oh, that's good.
it. Well, that was happening inside the tent, so I'm not trying to be a stickler, but how would Bella
Alright.
know that was happening?
Okay. Then in that case, next. All right. I'll wait.
Okay. There's a couple of pebbles that lift up and then start forming this smiley face in front of you, Bella.
It's another
Okay.
rock monster!
Right there. Right there. I cast Fairy Fire at the smiley face.
How big is that area?
20-foot cube.
Okay. What's your DC? And what save is it again? Dexterity?
It is 15 dexterity.
There's a kind of a puff, like at the edge of the fairy fire. You sense that something dodged quite skillfully out of the way. Oh, no, says a voice right by your ear. No. Equitas, you feel that caress again, this time over your right area of your chest. It cups your man boob.
I'm gonna kind of brush my hand in that direction.
There's nothing there.
Mm.
You hear this giggle above your head. The stones were coated in the fairy fire. And they kind of drop to the ground.
All right, I'm just going to say in the general direction of the voice we hear, why are you bothering us?
Do any of you speak Draconic or Sylvan?
Bet your Clem does.
Okay.
I speak Sylvan.
Okay. Somebody says in Sylvan...
Yes, this is good practice, everyone. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Fine. I'm gonna address them in Sylvan and say, all right, so there are a bunch of you and you're practicing for something. What are you practicing?
Make a persuasion check.
$22.
We are taking back our mountains, yeah!
And something is tossed, appears out of thin air above the center of camp. A smoking, winged corpse falls from the air and lands on the ground. You see it is a dead magma mephit. All of the glow of its magma has been extinguished, and it lies there toast.
Hey, good for them.
Gotcha. Hey, we killed a bunch of those last night.
Ah, you killed your own people?
You feel a wet willy in your right ear, Bella.
Ew.
Wait. No, we're not. We're not fire mephits. We're not involved with them at all. They're our enemies. We're here to get them off the mountain, too.
Another persuasion roll. Okay.
Like 5.
Well, fine, but you're still good practice.
A strange puff of air. A colorful, swirling, gaseous cloud busts over Bref. Bref, make a wisdom saving throw. Oh my god. What? What?
Oh boy.
Of all the
Somebody
times-
screenshot this.
Yeah, double 20s. Alright. Well, you succeed, but you feel this magic try and affect you. This kind of euphoric, high that you shake off with ease.
I don't like. This is like the mushroom dust that Cordy gave me, and it was weird, and I don't like it. No, thank you. No, thank you. Voices.
Practice!
You feel someone massaging your shoulders, and in Draconic, which Krim can translate, someone says,
Good going, champ!
and you feel this slap across the back of the head. Breath.
Oh, thanks.
Look, what if instead of practicing on us, we joined your team? You could tell us what you need us to do, and we can help you track these guys down and take back your mountain.
Join our team? We don't need your help.
No, I'm sure you don't. In fact, if anything, we need your help. We tried to fight them off last night, and while we killed a few of them, they really hurt us pretty badly, whereas you seem to have taken this mephit down easily.
Doot.
This sound seems not in response to what you're saying, but the stones that were around your cook fire are being lifted up one by one and stacked. And it's forming this 2.5 foot tall phallus.
Cool. I'll be right back. The baby is crying. I'll leave you guys with the rock day.
I can't understand what they're saying, so I can't really do anything.
Akiri's gonna poke her head out. What's going on?
I'm gonna look
What is
real.
that?
I
There's
can't.
a floating rock penis.
I can't even see them. Correct? Nobody can see them. Is that correct? We see the big giant rock.
You're seeing and feeling all of these things. Akiri, you poke your beak out of the tent. You hear this rustle above you on the tent.
Oh, I would poke my head back in real quick.
Yeah, she does. No, actually, that's not an Akiri thing. She would, get out to look.
Okay. This time a glowing image is slowly being drawn on the top of the tent. And it slowly brightens and becomes clearer and clearer. It is a butt.
That's not where you put a butt in a tent. It goes inside.
Well, you can talk to them, and Krim or Bella can translate.
What? Did you kill this mephit by drawing butts on it?
No, says a voice right by your right ear.
Because that would have been really cool and easier than what we did.
So Bella translates, and several voices seem to be congregating around her as she's talking to them. But one lands on Breath's shoulder. So Breath, you feel this weight suddenly on your shoulder, and this kind of fluttering, like leathery wings in your ear. And in common, somebody says,
I like the big one. He's funny.
and it kind of, you feel like a tongue lick your ear.
That's gross. My ears are not very pleasant.
Do you have any snacks?
What was that?
Snacks! Snacks!
a snack.
Are you sure?
And it bites your ear.
I slam my hand against the side of my head as soon as I feel the bite.
Ah! He hurt me!
You bit me!
More breaths are going to be breathed at breath. So there's lots of fluttering through the air, and breath makes another 3 wisdom saves.
3. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3.
What
Damn.
ever-loving heck? Have I landed a single wisdom save thing in this game? I'm not sure I
Breath?
have.
No.
No, certainly not on breath.
Except for the geishas. Those are wisdom based.
That's true. Those have landed.
I built up an immunity from the.
Of course, they're also a much higher DC. So, okay. Well, breath is fine, and the creatures seem to be getting a little frustrated. The swirling colors now appear right overhead in the camp.
I'm gonna say, look, help us or go, but we don't really want to deal with you. But if we have to, we will. But we would rather you help us.
Oh, this one smolders.
Says a voice right over your head.
Angry horny boy.
Yeah.
And most accurate description of Equitus ever.
Yeah. So are you gonna help us or not?
You seem kind of angry. You should smile.
And some of the stones on the dick, on the giant phallus, kind of float up and form a smile again in front of you.
Like this, see?
And then you feel like little claws tugging at the edges of your mouth.
I've got to try to swipe.
You hit something. You hit something. Whap whap. You feel this sort of leathery, scaly creatures on the back of your hands. You bam! You're like, ah! He's mean. He's mean. Gonna need 2 wisdom saves from you.
Oh no. Never mind, I guess.
Got this.
You shake it off.
Alright. And Kiri's gonna sit down.
When you sit down, you sit on attack.
She squeals, stands up, and then sits down again in a different spot, hoping for a better result.
I'll assume you sweep aside any sharp thorns that are laid in the new seat.
Yeah. Alright, and then she is going to take a minute and cast Magic Circle, which is a new spell for her, and designate that Fays are not welcome inside of her.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's just 10 feet.
Yeah, it's a 20-foot diameter, so it's got some room.
That's true.
Well, it takes 1 minute to cast. So
Yep.
you start casting that. Are you also spending 100 gold piece worth of powdered silver?
Ah, crud, I probably don't have that.
Probably not.
Oh no.
100 gold piece worth of powdered silver are hard to come by in the wilds.
Yeah. She could probably get her hands on holy water, I betcha. Oh well. It was a good thought.
These things just won't leave you alone, Equitas. They seem really attracted to how annoyed you are.
Super. Okay. I don't have anything to do.
Just ignore them. They'll go away.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back. Well, I guess Bella and I are still keeping watch. I guess everybody, let's just go back to bed and ignore them.
Rude! Rude! Super rude!
You hear this loud fart noise erupting from every direction of Equitas.
That gets a snort out of Akiri.
It's funny, right?
You hear this voice right next to you, Akiri.
Yeah, it's silly.
This one has a sense of humor.
You feel the poke in your ribs.
Do you have any snacks?
Oh, you said snacks?
Yeah, snacks.
You want snacks, huh? What kind of snacks do you guys like?
Biscuits and cookies.
Oh, I don't think I have any of those. And she's gonna go rustle around in her bag. I have nuts though. Maybe some berries if you guys like sweet things.
Something weird just happened. I think I have to refresh my Roll20.
The berries scared them off. Way to go!
Oh, he's gone.
All my Chrome is crashing.
Oh,
Oh no.
Okay. Well, this is fun.
bye, Max.
You guys can still hear me on Discord.
Right.
What is going on? Something... Okay, everything's crashing. Alright, well, fun stream, guys. I may have to restart my computer, so...
Oh no.
Everything's
wow.
like being... like, it's opening this window, and it's like closing everything.
Sounds like
It's like opening a window on all my windows.
Huh.
That is really freaking weird. Like, it won't even open Chrome again.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
And we're still live, too.
Can you open up your task manager and see if you can kill Chrome if it's running? And then try to reopen it?
Chrome is not running,
Well, that's weird then.
according to my task manager. Well, sorry, those of you who are still listening in Twitch. I do not know what has gone wrong.
It was the whatever's bothering us.
Right? It's
Yeah,
like
it
it
was
just
the,
happened to my computer.
It was the Fae or whatever.
Nah, they're fake.
What on earth? I'm like trying to open Chrome and it's opening Chrome properties.
That's strange.
Sounds like a bug to me.
But then it started doing it on... Okay, now it's like signing me out of Discord. I'm still live, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the stream. Thanks, everybody. I don't know what happened.